Session 10 of Module 1 of Managerial Communication of 2nd semester BBA of Mangalore University. In this session, we shall study about simple rules of effective communication, which is also called the 7 C's. Rules of effective communication. To make communication effective, few principles or guidelines of communication are defined that should be followed. One can convey his or her message in a more precise form if the communication is clear and effective. The same applies to an organization or a business firm. So these are the 7 C's of communications or the principles of communication. Let us see them in detail. Principle of conciseness. The principle of conciseness states that the message should be conveyed in a concise form, that is, in the best, shortest possible way. In other words, the message or information should be articulated completely in such a way that it is forwarded to be desired to the desired audience or receivers in fewer words or signals. By following this principle of conciseness, individuals and organizations can save time and cost. It also helps in a much better understanding of the message by excluding unnecessary and excessive parts of the message. For example, while writing an email to different clients to invite for an organization's annual day celebration function requires a concise email message. It should carry the information of venue, date and time, followed by a brief itinerary of function very clearly and describing everything about the celebration in a subjective way. Second principle is of clarity. Clarity or clear communication is also an important aspect in business communication. By following clarity principle, one can focus on a specific message at a time. The message that is being conveyed must be clear. It also helps the receiver to easily understand the given message or idea. Due to clarity, there is much appropriate and exact message transmission. Clarity should be there while communicating through verbal words or in written messages. For example, while giving a presentation on a particular topic, the presentation should cover the material related to the presentation topic. Also, voice, tone and words should be clear and easily understandable by the audience. The third principle is principle of correctness. One can better understand or interpret the more accurate message. The guidelines for correct or accurate communication are covered under the principle of correctness. If the message is correct, then its impact is also great and it also boosts the confidence of the sender. So the correct use of language is essential in effective communication and it also increases the trust between sender and the receiver. For example, while writing emails or business communication letters, the correct use of language should be there, that is, grammatical errors or wrong verbs need to be avoided. The fourth principle is principle of concreteness. The clear and particular message is defined as a concrete message. Concreteness principle of communication states that While communicating the message should be to the point or specific, definite and clear instead of being unclear or general. Concrete communication includes facts and figures to strengthen the message or idea. As the message is clear and specific, there are minimal or zero chances of misinterpretation or misunderstanding of the message. For example, in a sales meeting in organization, communicating the message of quarterly or annual sales results by sales personnel consists of sales presentation that include different facts and figures of sales. This communication is based on the concrete principle of communication. The fifth one is principle of completeness. Communication should be complete to be effective. A message is said to be complete when the recipients of the message receive all necessary information that they want to be informed. It also consists of a call to action, that is a statement that is specifically meant for getting instant response from the receiver. The facts and figures in message are also part of it. More complex communication sometimes requires additional information or elaboration so that there is no doubt for the audience or the receivers. For example, online shopping sites display complete information on different products like fabric, color, measurements, qualities, prices, etc. and also call to action features, that is to instant buy the product by pressing buy now option. So their written communication about product information is an example of complete communication with their audience. The sixth is the principle of courteousness. This principle states that while communicating, the sender should show respect to the audience or receiver. So the sender should be polite, enthusiastic, reflective and sincere. Being courteous is when the sender takes care of own and receiver's feelings. These messages are focused on the audience, positive and unbiased. For example, while communicating with the employees for their counseling, HR head takes a courteous approach by taking care of their feelings, listening to their issues or problems in a polite manner during the counseling session. The last and the seventh principle is of coherence. The communication should be coherent, that is, both consistency and logic should be the part of sender's message. Without being logical or coherent, the main purpose or idea behind the message can't be conveyed properly. All terms of the message should be interconnected and relevant to the message being conveyed. Consistency should be maintained in the communication flow. For example, when there is a change in any HR policy, the HR head should communicate the changes by sending an email to the staff. This communication consists of the logic of informing the new changes regarding the policy to the staff so that they can work as per new guidelines. Or else there will be misunderstanding and repetition of the work. So in this session we have studied about the 7 C's of communication or the principles of communication. References.